What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Just blasted some Arab, so I figured, you know, I got a mini pump on. Why not get the old face cam back out and do some new rebuild roulette. Guys give me great reception on the debut episode, which was the Denver Broncos. So now it's do or die time to see kind of the how much this series can peak. So we're doing the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are like the #1 rebuild team to do, #1 searchable rebuild team. So we're going to be doing the Cleveland Browns. We're going to see what we can do. We took some of your feedback. Obviously, Rebuild Roulette is going to be the name. I guess that's the name that we go with. It is pretty catchy. And we've added a couple new tokens to the wheel, as well as removed the wild card kind of wedge from last time. We just expanded it. We got rid of the wild card. All the options within the wild card are added to the base wheel. We've also turned on, we have the injuries on wheel, which could, I mean, that's just straight up frustrating, but it is added difficulty, I suppose. So we'll see what that can do. And then we added flashback free agent, which I think is pretty dope for, you know what, actually what we're going to do? I'm going to add this one too. Legend. No, we won't do legend this one. We might do legend. If you guys want to see legend on the next one, we'll do that. But flashback free agent, which means any, like I say, for the Browns, off the top of my head, Terrell Pryor. So we could bring back Terrell Pryor from the Redskins to the Browns. And how I'm going to, you know, base their overall, because some of these guys, we might be able to bring back a veteran. I'm going to go with their highest MUT card ever. Because, you know, people are saying don't make it too easy and stuff like that. We hit on all positive wedges in the debut episode for the Denver Broncos, and we still didn't win the Super Bowl. And I personally just want to use different things, different players, different overalls. This, like I said, the realistic rebuild is where I'm going to try to take it as serious as possible and try to follow the normal path, the straight and narrow. But right now, you know, this is just for fun. I think these wedges are fine. If you guys want to see a legend wedge, I suppose we could. But right now we have a nice even 10. And what I'm going to do, because we have more wedges, is we're going to spin the wheel 4 times. So without further ado, let's do this. So the first wheel for the Cleveland Browns. Something good. Oh, we got to get rid of that sound. That's terrible. Ooh, flashback free agent. Oh, better not show that. That's my mock draft. All right, so we got FFFA for the first spin. Okay. I don't know who necessarily that's going to be. I'm going to have to do a deep dive. Off the top of my head, probably Terrell Pryor, but the Browns probably have lost some other guys that might be worth bringing back in. So it doesn't have to necessarily be only to free agency. It could be like a trade or something like that, so Joe Hayden's not off the block. But there we go. We got a positive one. Anytime we get a good spin, that is nice. I can already tell you right now, this is going to be terrible if we get no draft picks, because that's all the Browns really have. All right, so we got flashback free agent. Moving on. We'll move that. Spin to number 2. Oh my God, don't give me anything stupid. Draft lock. Okay. Draft lock, what that means is with all of our beautiful picks, we have to draft from one conference in college. Geez, where's that at? Which one is this? This one. All right, so what conference we're going to be locked to drafting from with the Cleveland Browns? Oh my God, it's the Mack. Okay. All those picks with the Browns, and we're gonna have to draft from the Mack. Okay, awesome. All right, we got 2 more spins. Oh, that's so lame. I can't even think of anyone on the Mack that's worth getting. Oh, look at this Chip Kelly trade. That's awesome. That means we have to trade away a top player from a said position. We're gonna have to spin here. This wheel, so many wheels. This is whatever position. We're going to have to trade from. We just trade away depth chart position number 1. And it's defensive tackle, which I think would be That's awesome. He's only a young key player. Oh, my God. All right, one more spin. Really? We're kind of hoping for either a lottery pick, a MUT upgrade. That's it. I think maybe we might have overdone it. Maybe there's too many negatives on this. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, something good. Give me the MUT upgrade. Hey, thank God. MUT upgrade. So we got 2 negatives, 2 positives for the MUT upgrade. We're going to spin the wheel, last wheel here, for either offense and or defense. Whatever this spins on, we can upgrade them. I don't think the Browns really have any special players anyway. But for our MUT upgrade, it's going to be on offense. I really don't need it for any team that we play. Maybe it's a nice, like, Joe Thomas or something like that. But there you go. The Browns rebuild has been set. And now it's time to jump. Alright, what's going on? We are now jumping into the Browns rebuild. First, we're going to give you a quick lay of the land. So we had 4 spins, and our 4 wedges included Chip Kelly trade, which means we're going to have to move on from Danny Shelton, the 82 overall 24. Big part of this defense, but, you know, hopefully we can find a team that needs a defensive tackle and maybe fleece them, but we're not going to fleece them for picks because we also got the draft lock for the Mack, and that's a huge disadvantage for this Cleveland Browns team because when you rebuild the Browns, the best thing going for them is they have so many draft picks, and I don't think the Mack is represented well in the Madden drafts. I don't even know, but as far as real prospects, there's like, out of the Mack this year for this upcoming draft, there might be 1, maybe 2 day 1, day 2 picks. So, I mean, hopefully we can land maybe Chukwuma Okorafor, the tackle from Western Michigan. But it's going to be incredibly difficult. We also landed the MUT upgrades to players on offense, which, again, to the Cleveland Browns doesn't mean a whole lot. It would have been much better to get the defensive side of the ball when I was looking at it. But we got Shawn Coleman, who got a minimal upgrade up to a 79. Big upgrade from Kevin Zeitler. He's now a 92. Center J.C. Treader is an 86. Left Garrett Batonio 86, and at left tackle, so we got old man Joe Thomas 93. So our offensive line is very elite. The wide receiver at the tight end spot, no one got an upgrade at all. Wide receiver, we had a slight upgrade for Kenny Britt, but other than that, wasn't a whole much there. Vitale got a little bit of an upgrade. No upgrades here for the running backs. And then for the quarterbacks, we didn't go with the MUT upgrade. Obviously, our best pull from the wheel was we got a flashback free agency signing, which means by those parameters, we can bring back any player that is still available in-game that might have been playing on another team, is a free agent that were traded away, and we get their highest MUT card available. And, you know, with the cheese that we're going to do, we got RG3, who in Madden 2000, let's get the official thing, Madden 2000, and I don't even know what game this is. Madden 16, he had an NFL Movers card, which was 97 overall. We just imported the exact same stats, and it comes up to a 95. Other options for us was in Madden 15, there was a 97 to Sean Gibson free safety. In Madden 25, all the way back there was a 99 Joe Hayden that had 100-man coverage, but obviously you can't get the 100-man coverage ability. And then also we had in Madden 17 an ultimate ticket, 99 overall Terrell Pryor wide receiver. But for a 3-year rebuild, considering that we're not going to be able to utilize our draft picks to draft that franchise QB, it made the most sense here to go with RG3, which should hopefully limit the amount of disappointment, I will say, that we're probably going to face from the draft in building this Browns team up. So without further ado, let's jump into the full rebuild. Alright, so as per our punishment, I guess our predicament, we are able to find a trade partner for Danny Shelton. First up, I tried to flip him to the Rams who need a defensive tackle for Sammy Watkins or Robert Woods. They weren't having any of that. So then I went with the next best option. We really do need a middle linebacker, so we're able to flip 82 Shelton to the Tennessee Titans for 81 Avery Williamson. Same age, you know, it worked out well. Not too often if we get this Chip Kelly trade will it work out particularly well in our favor, but this time it does. Williamson with Kirksey and Jamie Collins. That's a pretty formidable linebacking core, especially for this 3-year rebuild. Alright, so here we are, beginning of year 1. Let's take a quick look at our roster. It's looking pretty good, to be honest. We got that A-plus QB, that 97 RG3. He was a 95. Luckily enough, he gets up to that 97, which is what his card and MUT was, which is very nice. Crowell's an 84, Duke Johnson 83. Don't know if we necessarily have the answer at running back, but, you know, that's not terrible. Corey Coleman, Kenny Britt, and Josh Gordon will be our wide receivers. I mean, outside of really Corey Coleman, I don't expect these guys to develop much. And again, we do have lots of money in free agency. Maybe we'll be able to hit them in the draft. I don't know yet, but wide receiver is definitely a position we want to look at improving. We have Njoku starting at tight end. Offensive line is really good. 98, 87, 84, 94, 79. Fire. Look at the defense. Not as bad as I thought. We got Jason McCourty, who somehow, some ways, a 91. Brian Body Calhoun's an 81. We have Jamar Taylor, 81, so we have depth at corner. Defensive front is good and young, the way that, you know, Kevin Spacey likes his children. And Myles Garrett's an 84. Ogunjobi and Brantley, 80 and 78, respectively. Ogba's an 80. That's, you know, a whole bunch of upside there. Linebackers, we have Kirksey's an 83. Williamson, who we traded for, is an 81. Jamie Collins is a 90. Kendrick's a 78, a strong safety. He's young, so maybe he can develop into the 80s. That's another position we can kind of cross off the list. But unfortunately, Jabril Peppers is a 69, struggling as I predicted from the draft. But, you know, he could develop into something. If he doesn't, we'll just look at free safety. That's pretty much the only position that really needs an immediate upgrade. So we've done our best to kind of minimize the amount of holes we have on this Browns team. But it's going to be really, really tough because we have to draft from the Mack only. But, you know, we'll probably have to do a lot of our good business in free agency. So let's see what can happen year one with a 97 RG3. You never know where this teams can be at the end of the year. Maybe the playoffs, maybe not. Let's find out. Alright, so we did our first little round of scouting that you can do in week 3, and there is only one prospect in the first 3 rounds that's from the Mack. I think there's 4 total that are supposed to be drafted, which means our 2 first-round picks that we have for the Browns are kind of rendered useless, so we're able to flip our actual first-round pick and one of our second-round picks for Tevin Coleman, who was the best player by an absolute mile on the trade block. And Tevin Coleman now could be our starter because, let's be honest, Isaiah Crowell is set to be a free agent. We'll give him, or Tevin Coleman, the money that we would give Crowell. So now we have another impact playmaker on the offense. Unfortunately, where we really wanted to get a wide receiver, there wasn't a whole lot there. So we better hope that we can land one in free agency, because right now I think we have a good center, which we don't even need, and there's a defensive end in the second round from the Mack. That's it. Oh, it's going to be rough. Why? Why the Mack? Alright, so here we are at the end of the first season. As you can tell, we disappointingly did not make the playoffs. We got a couple pluses there, so it looks like we have something to build upon. 7-9. I mean, looking at the current Browns team, which this team here is mostly that current Browns team with some slight modifications. 7-9. Apart from a Browns team in real life, doesn't look like they might even win a single game. That's pretty good. That's an alright start. So looking at the stats of how our guys played, RG3, as expected, had a pretty good season. 4,800 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 18 picks. No idea. Obviously, that's probably a lot of self-sacks because this offensive line should have done a little bit better. Tevin Coleman, who we added pretty late, went off 1,100 yards, 16 touchdowns. Crowell had 12 TDs. That's a pretty, actually, fearsome running back tandem. Maybe we'll bring back Crowell. As far as receiving is concerned, Josh Gordon, 97 catches, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. We got 1,000 for the rookie Njoku, 1,207 for Britt, 1,007 from Corey Coleman. You know, very impressive offensive numbers for sure. Let's get with the sacks. You're going to watch this with that. I mean, okay, Coleman, I guess. On the defensive side of the ball, 128 tackles from Avery Williamson, half a sack and 2 interceptions. He was a player we traded Danny Shelton for. On the sacks front, we got 15 from Jamie Collins, 15 from Myles Garrett, 7 from Christian Kirksey, 6.5 Ogba, 6.5 Ogunjobi. We got 6 picks from Jason McCoy. How did this team only have a 7-9 record? Like, these individual numbers are really, really good. Alright, that's a little annoying. Quickly looking at the yearly awards. MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. RG3 coming in at number 9. We have in the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Ben Roethlisberger. RG3 came in at 4. And no love for Tevin Coleman, I guess. Defensive Player of the Year, what the rookie TJ Watt. That's pretty damn impressive. We didn't have anyone on there. We had 2 guys with 15 sacks. You don't even get on the short list. Alright, so looks like the game froze because this game's great, but what we're going to do is pop into year number 2. But more importantly, it's this offseason. We need a couple good free agents to come our way. We're going to throw plenty of cash. I think we have over $70 million in cap. Alright, so as expected, free agency pool, we have almost $60 million. Wasn't that great, so we're going to see if we can get Moncrief in. The Redskins have overbid on a lot of guys, so I don't think they're going to lock him in. Remember Moncrief from the Colts rebuild, you put him at that wide receiver 3 spot, he's a monster. We're going Legatron. Maybe the kicking was the only reason why we lost a bunch of games. And then Kyle Fuller, who I think will be able to translate very well to a free safety. I don't know yet for sure. I mean, worst case scenario, he'd be a nice guy to have waiting in the wings because McCoy's only going to regress. But I think Fuller should make a pretty decent transition to the free safety spot. He has good tackle. He has good zone. So we will see. But again, not a flashy free agent period. Year 1 rarely ever is. So, you know, I guess, you know, we'll see what happens. Alright, so here is a quick recap from our draft. First thing, we did have to trade a bunch of picks just because there was no draftable Mack players. Like, literally, draftable. These are the only guys that had an actual draft round. And we still did well. No one below a 70. And what I did in the first one with the Denver Broncos, I basically would make any prospect I could edit to any team. What I feel like, you know, I should do, maybe put some light on. If you're a fan of any team in the Mack, I may use some guys. You may even, like, oh, you actually used this guy. Like, he might not be actually draftable. So, like, for example, I drafted Ohio. So I looked at Ohio's roster from 2017, picked the best guy that's probably going to declare or graduate, and make him into a prospect. So for Ohio, we have Quentin Poling, who's a 73 overall. His stats aren't that bad. at all. Right now in the year, he has 101 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. We got a center here in the 4th round, J.P. Quinn from Central Michigan. And we have a center here from Buffalo, James O'Hagan. But this is actually a beast. I was looking for the best edge rusher on Central Michigan, which turns out to be Joe Ostman, who is a 75 overall. I looked at his stats. Mother of God. For a senior right now, for Central Michigan, he has 54 tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. Like, this guy here might actually be a sleeper in real life. So now Joe Ostman, hopefully he can find a way to carve out a role here on the Cleveland Browns as our year 1 of Mack only draft. Could have gone a lot worse. Let's leave it at that. Alright, so as we get ready to jump into year 2 of our 3-year rebuild, team is looking better. I mean, now we have Tevin Coleman for a couple more extra games, and he was a beast. We still do not have any solution at the wide receiver spot, unfortunately. But hopefully at 97, RG3 can make those around him better. Offensive line stays very, very overpowered. Dubuque up to an 85 now. Defense, we signed Gunter as a safety. I mean, I don't know. There's not a whole lot there, to be honest with you. For some reason, Williamson's not developing, which is I would figure he would have, but you know, you need to adapt, I suppose. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Jamar Taylor's an 82 safety. Okay. All right, making moves. McCoy's an 89, Body Coloon's 82. Defensive line stays roughly the same. Garrett's up to an 86. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. This team's better. We're slightly better, but it's going to be tough. 7-9 last year. Let's see if we can improve upon that and have a big year 3. This team is front-loaded to be good in the 3rd season with the assumption that we can actually land some meaningful, impactful free agents in year number 2 of the free agency period. And at the end of season number 2, we have a playoff berth. 7-9 got us into the playoffs. That is something else. I'm not expecting us to win at all. But, yeah, 7-9 would do it. Play the moments as usual because year 3, the final year of my rebuilds, is when I'm going to get some gameplay in and try to help this team get over the edge. I wasn't expecting to make the playoffs, let alone at 7-9. And AFC North champion, 7-9. That is horrendous. Looking at the stats quickly on the year, RG3, 3,900 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 15 picks. Running the ball, Tevin Coleman, Duke Johnson, a good 1-2 tandem there, 1,200 yards, 9 TDs for Coleman. As far as receiving is concerned, Kenny Britt, pretty decent. Ricardo Lewis from the slot, 1,100 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. David Njoku continuing to be a monster, 7, 7, 7, and 10. Corey Coleman with 785 and 6 on the defensive side of the things. We got 131 tackles for Avery Williamson, 101 for Derek Kendrick. We got 15 sacks from Myles Garrett, 10.5 Jamie Collins, 7 from Ogunjobi, 5.5 from Emmanuel Ugba, as well as 4 picks for McCourty, 2 from Jamar Taylor, who started at safety, and a couple picks there along the way for everyone else. Quick look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Leonard Fournette. God, the Jags look terrifying once again. Quick look here at the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Leonard Fournette. RG3 came at number 6 for the voting. And on the defensive side of the ball, Justin Houston got the MVP. And no Browns, once again, sleeping on our defense, sleeping on Myles Garrett. Okay, time for a quick playoff push. I think we're going to have a fairly quick exit here against the 11-5 Patriots, unless RG3 can sprinkle some magic and get us into the divisional round. Please be gentle. Please be gentle, Bill. Remember, you spent some time here in Cleveland, you know? Don't, you know, rub it in. Oh, we might be able to get some points. Oh, 7-7 ball game in the second quarter. 3rd down conversion. We're down 14-7. RG3 trying his best. He just got paid like $140 million on his contract. Oh, it's not good enough. We need touchdowns, RG. Robert. Oh, no, that's not going to be good. I mean, we're an 85 Browns team. We should be somewhat competitive, but this is not looking too hot. We're settling for field goals. We're going for field goals, and we should be going for it. Look at that. We just don't have the playmakers. We don't have the guys at the outside. Corey Coleman can't do it alone. We need some damn wide receivers here to help out Tevin Coleman and RG3. But look, we're making it somewhat respectable. 31-17 is not that bad of a body bag by any means. RG3, 205 yards and a touchdown on the day. Coleman had 73 yards. The Tevin, that is. But we need to go lay out some big money free agents so we can bring it all together and have a real legitimate shot in year number 3. So here we are in year 3, the final year, getting ready for a big push. Who can we sign in free agency? Well, let me tell you. Here's where we're... Odell! I hate Odell as much as the Gex guy. I don't think there's a player in the NFL I hate more than Odell Beckham. We need a wide receiver. 99. This is falling into our lap. We got Jamison Crowder as well. That will be our Corey Coleman, Odell, and Crowder. That doesn't give us first place in the damn AFC North. I don't know what will. And Brian Bodycologne was being an asshole in negotiations. But still, okay, we're over 100 for both of these bids. If the second place is the Jets, especially for... really, if we can get Odell and Bodycologne back, I think we will be fine. Let's see this in live time. I have no cap left. I'm overpaying for both these guys by a country mile. Please come to our team. Come on, for the love of God. Odell. There we go. All three of them. Big money. Absolutely nothing in the draft again this year. But that's all we needed. Odell, welcome to the squad. Here's a quick look of our draft recap. Like I said, there's no one even really worth editing to any prospect. Look at that. Ball State, Illinois, Ball State, Northern Illinois, Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Central Michigan, Ohio, and Central Michigan. We got 73 center, a 70 D tackle, a 71 tight end, I guess. But at least there's no more drafting. At least there's no more wasting all of the Browns' tremendous draft assets on terrible Mack prospects. But we got Odell. That's all that matters as we get ready for our third and final season. So getting a quick look at our team for our final push. RG3 96. We got Tevin Coleman 92, Odell 99, Crowder 85, Corey Coleman 84, and Joko up to an 88. And our offensive line has 3 A's, no one below a B. So that's a terrifying offense. Defensive, you know, the guys aren't developing as well. Usually Myles Garrett's like a 90 by this point. Ogba has not developed particularly well. Say with the linebackers in general. I mean, we haven't got a lot of development on the defensive side of the ball, but look at that. No one below a B grade as well. So that is a very capable defense to get this team. Hopefully we get a nice little bye. We get straight a trip to the divisional round. But, you know, it's straight up Super Bowl or bust time. Year number 3 of a rebuild. Let's go, Mr. Hugh Jackson. All right, here we are at season's end. And we at least made the playoffs 10-6. Wild card's not exactly what we wanted. But at least we have one more opportunity to try and win a Super Bowl here with the Cleveland Browns. Taking a look at our team. Ooh, runners up in the North. Okay. Looking at RG3. Ooh, RG3 had a... How do you have a down year with the weapons we brought in? 4,100 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions for RG3. Running the ball, Tevin Coleman, very solid season. Almost 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns. Look at that. I mean, the stats are good for Crowder. 1,100 yards, 10 TDs. Odell at 82 catches, 1,100 yards. 8 touchdowns, and Joko and Corey Coleman did all right, but I'm very surprised that this is a down year for RG3. 135 tackles for Avery Williamson. We got 11 sacks from Myles Garrett, 7.5 from Collins, 7 from Kirksey, as well as 4 picks to Jamar Taylor, 3 for Jamie Collins, 3 for McCourty. Taking a quick look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. No love to any Cleveland Brown. Offensive Player of the Year went to Leonard Fournette. RG3 coming in at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year went to Carl Lawson. Once again, I guess no Cleveland Brown deserved to make it. But it's time for that push, baby. Let's do it. Wild card round against the Buffalo Bills. Let's get it. Oh, let's go Tevin Coleman. What a run by Tevin Coleman, starting this thing off right. Here's your gameplay, people. All right, we got 3rd and 7 on the 12. Of course, it's a snow game, so it feels like all of our good skill position players are rendered useless. Fill that in, oh, Njoku just somehow greedily takes it away from Odell. Knowing the drama queen Odell is, he'll probably hear that on the sideline. But it moves to Chase 1st and goal on the 3. Let's see, we'll go quick slant RG3. We got 95 speed with RG3, so we can always just bootleg with him. Even though we have been running the ball particularly well. Let's get this bootleg. Let's get this bootleg. There we go. Open up the scoring. 7-0. Cleveland Browns. Okay, Odell, make this damn catch and take this to the house. Thank you. That's what I've been waiting for. I paid you like $70 million. Finally, I'm seeing some dividends, some return on investment. I want a refund after that terrible dance. Looks like a junior high kid at his first dance with so much swag. Now, here we go. 1st and 10. We're in the red zone on the 18. Again, we need Odell to prove that he's a 99. Play like a 99. Gets a little bit of separation and drops it. Overrated. In Madden, at least. What is that? A 99 can't make a play like that against the Bills? All right, double slants again. Just trying to work the middle of the field. We got a bunch of tired guys. We have Crowder. Is there Crowder and Joker? The only 2 guys we legitimately probably could even throw this ball. We slip. We throw on the run. And look at that! Who is that? Ricardo Lewis can make a play that Odell can't. Get the lead. That's exactly what we needed. But our defense has not played well. Bills have been able to equalize every time. It's Walt, a rookie. It's like 60 overall. Can make a play. Odell can't. We're going to sim this one out. Looks like we got it. 38-28 victory as your Cleveland Browns are moving on. Wasn't impressed. Maybe we could chuck it up to the snow, perhaps. RGD, 259, 3 touchdowns. Tevin Coleman was at 100 yards. Odell, 6 catches, 135, but 3 or 4 drops, which is very uncanny. But we're moving on. We got the divisional round. Let's keep the train rolling. All right, picking up 1st and 10 for the 22. It's a 13-17 deficit. I let the sim do a little bit of business. Because as I record this, I actually have to go do something. So I want to finish this so it can come out to you guys today. So we hit Seth the Valve out in the flat. He's going to get it for a damn touchdown. A go-ahead touchdown for the culture. Let's go. Why is it showing Odell, though? Classic Odell, right? It doesn't get the touchdown, gets all the camera time. We're letting the sim take over again. Like I said, I'm kind of pressed for time. I still try to get some gameplay when it's close. 43-30 in the battle of who is the #1 team from the AFC North this season. And the Browns are going to the championship, baby. We got, I don't even know who that is. No more Andy Dalton. That's why they were so competitive, I guess. 247 and 2 for RG3. 101 rushing yards for Tevin Coleman. 7 catches, 97 yards for Mr. Odell. As the Browns put up 46 in a game. High score. It would have been an awesome game to see in real life. But we're moving to the AFC Championship. Oh, come on, Odell. He catches it! Oh, what a play by Odell Beckham Jr. there on the 25-yard line, able to take it in. We're playing the Jags of the championship. They got like #1 and #2 in the MVP vote, and they have a terrifying defense. We ain't scared. Someone cue the Bone Crusher music. All right, we're gonna hit with a little no huddle here. 1st and 10 on the 21. It's now a 10-7 ball game. We got a field goal. They got a touchdown. We're looking to capitalize. Oh, come on, Odell. Break off on that. There we go, Odell. Gets pummeled by Barry Church, it looks like, but still gets up to the 2-yard line, which I think puts us in position to do it. You know what? You know what? Bringing it back. Even though it's not nearly as good in this game as it was in last game, I think Tevin Coleman has the speed, the power, the vision to execute a C4 special. If not, I'm going to look like a complete idiot. Oh, there you go. Tevin Coleman gets in to make this a 17-7 ball game. 10-point lead up for your Browns. God, this offensive line, man. 27-24. We're probably going to lose the lead here. All right. Yeah, we're done. Get me out of this. Don't deserve to win. Players aren't making plays. Offensive line that is all 90s across the board is losing the fight against the Jags, man. We have to rush our throws on almost every single play. Oh, I mean, 35-30. It's over, man. We were never going to win it. I had that interception at the end, but it was just a terrible effort from our AI. Our AI was getting demolished. The Jags are unstoppable in a Madden sim. There's no other way to put it. RG3 had a big game, almost 40 yards, 3 touchdowns. But can't have offensive line play like that and expect to compete against a defense as good as Jacksonville. I don't know how many times we got sacked, like 30 sometimes. But at least we, a little bit more competitive, I suppose. Yeah, that is the rebuild roulette of the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if there's any different suggestions. Maybe we do more than 3 seasons, but then it kind of gets a little too bit longer and come closer to the realistic rebuild format. I don't know. But as always, if you, again, continuing to look for suggestions to try to grow and develop this series, let me know in the comment section below what you want to see. Hopefully next time our offensive line and myself can play a little bit better, because I feel like this team was pretty dominant. We had a bunch of 90s for... given the fact that we just straight up couldn't draft anyone, really. But yeah, that'll do it for you today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you're continuing to enjoy Rebuild Roulette. And until next time at C4, saying peace out.